Started my healing journey and started to really deal with the things that have hurt me, including also the sexual abuse. I experienced depression. And at first, I did not really understand what was going on. I just noticed that I was just feeling sad most of the time, and I thought it was just normal with what I was going through at the time. So I didn't get any help, and I didn't talk to anyone about it, and I just thought that I can be able to deal with it on my own. But as this progressed, I realized that I started to have a lot of anxiety. And anxiety is a normal thing, yes, but you get anxious when you're about to stand in front of a crowd or do something big. But in my case, I just experienced anxiety out of nowhere. Even the smallest things that I was able to do before, I wasn't able to do because I was suffering from anxiety. And so as all of this progressed, I was graced enough to get into a program called UNWA Africa. And through UNWA Africa, there was a mental health segment. And so there was a lot of teachings that were going on mental health. And we were able to also communicate with the professionals and get some advice. And that's where I realized that what I was dealing with was bigger than me. And I think many people go through depression and anxiety and not really know what they're going through or where they could get help. So I'm hoping this video can open someone's eyes so that they may be able to get help and get the resources that they need. So during this journey, I didn't know that there were actually free services, mental health services in Botswana, like the Lobatse Sabrana Hospital. We usually think that these services are for people uh, who have psychotic issues, but that is not always the case. Um, Even people with dealing with depression and anxiety can also get help from some of these resources. So I went to the nearest clinic and I was recommended to go to Marina. So when I got to Marina, I started my counseling, and along the way, they realized that I needed some medication to help me with my depression, and that's how I got into antidepressants. So, what I'm just saying is, it is very common in our society, especially in the days that we are living in. We have broken families, broken family structures, broken relationships, and our work environments also are very toxic, and we go through a lot. And I just want for everyone to know that it's very normal and it's very okay for you to find yourself in such situations. Yeah, if you find yourself in a situation where you're diagnosed with depression or anxiety disorder, it doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with you, or it doesn't mean that you are weak or that you are not able to deal with your problems. It just means that you need a bit of help to get through whatever you're going through. And mental health affects everyone. It's not that you are a weak person if you find yourself dealing with mental health issues. It's just an issue that anyone and everyone can go through. And as much as we wouldn't like to admit it, most people go through it at some particular time in their life. So these are some of the things I learned during my healing journey. Number one, I learned to accept and acknowledge my feelings. um, we think that it's not okay to be sad or to be angry or to be frustrated. And so we go through life trying to be good and trying to portray a positive side. And that's one thing that is very dangerous, because every time you are asked, "How are you?" "I'm fine." And we keep people away from us, or try to protect ourselves by trying to portray that strong and positive outlook so that we don't look weak. But when we do that, we are not helping ourselves, and we cannot get the help that we need when we do that. So I've learned to acknowledge and accept my feelings and feel them, because most of the time we try to suppress the negative uh, feelings, because we try to be positive and we try to not come out as a negative person. And doing that does not help us, because then we will not be able to deal with the issues that we are going through.